Good morning, guys. The farmer's wife here. I thought I'd do a quick welcome video. We've been up here for close to 2 months now, and just thought I'd take you around the property and talk a little bit about where we came from, what we're doing here, and what our plans are. First of all, I want to thank everybody who has been watching our channel for the past couple years, and I know a lot of you guys are here since the beginning. But I know there's also a lot of new people, so I want to welcome you to the farming life, and I hope you have been enjoying our videos and continue to enjoy them with us. So as many of you know, we did have another farm prior to this one, but we had the opportunity to sell that farm and move to a place that had more acreage, and also gave us the ability to expand our operation, and the opportunity to possibly in the future buy more land. Where we were, pretty much all the land was bought up, and it didn't look like it was going to be selling anywhere in the near future. There were a lot of multi-generation farms around us, and where we were, farmland was rather expensive. So we were given this opportunity, and we chose to move our family and give them the opportunity to farm in a way that we weren't able to give it to them where we were. So at our old farm, we did have a beef operation. We are planning on putting another beef operation on this farm eventually. At this point, this farm has not had animals on it of any sort in quite a while. So there aren't any barns that would allow us the ability to put the operation in that we need to put in. I'll take you around, show you a little bit of what we've been doing here on the farm. I know the last couple of videos you've seen that, but I just want to take and just kind of review what we've been doing and why we've been doing it. Alright guys, so we are now down at what used to be where the original barn for the farm was. It was a 6-bay dairy barn that was built quite a while ago, and by a while I mean a long time ago. The barn the roof had collapsed at one point, and they did redo the roof of the building, but they didn't put any attention into the foundation, which was also in dire need of repair. So we made the decision to tear this building down. Not only were the walls leaning, and it was at risk of collapsing from the base, but it just wasn't made for the equipment of today. The larger farm equipment it just wouldn't fit in the barn, so especially down below. I mean, you could use the top, but what good's a barn if you can only use part of it? Plus the walls were leaning, so we made the decision to tear this barn down, and we are going to be building a 170 by 60 bank barn. It's just going to be one story, but this is where we are going to store our feed and be able to park some of our tractors and other equipment. The concrete for this is going to be being poured on the 28th. We're really excited for that. We're kind of taking it just a step at a time with wood prices the way they are. We just want to see them come down a little bit, plus get the concrete laid and get that settled and get it backfilled, and then we'll go from there. We also have grain bins across the road. You can see we did some work over there as far as leveling out a drive-through, a drive-around. We used the fill from the barn to create that. and plans are in the future to get a leg and make those operational, be able to put a few more bins up if we need to, but we'll be able to drive out the driveway straight around and use the grain bin. So we'll take you along in the journey as we continue to make upgrades and renovations to those aspects of the farm. The farm also comes with 3 rental properties which are currently being rented. Some of the projects that we've been doing so far on this farm are upgrading the roofs and outbuildings on those properties, just because they also needed work. In order to get some of the equipment around, we did need to take down some other buildings that were also dilapidated, failing, and we didn't really want to pay taxes on something that we couldn't use, so we took those down too. One of the buildings was over here to the right, and the other one was right in front of the house there. And you can go back and watch those videos as well of us taking those down. This is the first building that we did take down. It was just a small building, had really no access to park anything in, and it was kind of falling over already, so we took that down. You can see here the building is completely down. This building right here was a chicken coop. It was a 3-story building, and just no place to park equipment again, just not really necessary for what we needed here. Now this series of pictures is of the barn coming down. The wall in the barn was leaning about 6 inches, and like I said, it had collapsed once in a snowstorm, and they repaired the roof, but they didn't really do anything with the rest of the building. And when we took the roof down, you could actually see kinks in the roof where it started to buckle again because the foundation was not sound. So it was necessary for this to come down. Not only did it not fit in our operation, but it just wasn't structurally sound. So here you can see the finish of the demolition with the drive around the grain bins. So at this point, this is our main building that we use for storing our equipment. It is also going to be getting a facelift as well, new tin, I think a new roof as well. But that is going to be our main implement shed here on the farm until we get the barn built over here. It's going to be a process for us to get all this. It's going to take a couple years to get everything to where we want it, and we understand that. This year we're just kind of focusing on crops and helping the other farmers in the area. So we did end up renting the ground out to some local farmers here on this farm for this year. I'm not sure if we'll do it next year or not yet. We'll have to see. But with the move and trying to focus on getting our operations up and running, we just felt that that would be the best idea for us, especially since we moved in planting season. Trying to pack up one farm and move it to another farm was quite challenging in and of itself, with me working and the kids in school and just everything that was going on. So we felt that the best idea would be to let this ground continue to be rented for the year. So we will be able to help with the harvests here on the farm, and we look forward to doing that. But our main focus is going to be on getting our new operations up and running. Like I said, we were a 200 head beef operation, and we're hoping to expand to a 500 head beef operation. That won't be coming for a few years, but that is our future goal. And for those of you who watched us get up and running on the old farm, it was something that we were able to attain on that farm as well. So we're hoping to, well, we know we'll be able to get it done on this farm too. it's just not going to be overnight. But our end goal is to have 500 head beef operation, and with moving to a new location, we need to be able to figure out where the best spot for that barn is going to be as well. You don't want it down in a valley, you want it up where you're going to get some air, but we don't want to be using prime crop ground either. So we will make that decision as we continue to assess the crops and see how they're doing, and just kind of look at the layout of the ground and where we're at. So there were a few acres that the farmers that we rented to did not want to farm. Those are the acres that we're putting into hay ground. We have alfalfa, we have timothy, and we're also looking to do like a mixed hay as well. There were quite a few acres that were in a government set-aside program when we purchased the farm, came out of it, and we're using that for organic ground. That's why we have two different people. We have our non-organic farmer and our organic farmer that are helping us. This is our alfalfa field, and you can see it's coming up well. So we're excited. My second son, when we asked him what he would like to do, he said he absolutely loves baling alfalfa. So we're getting some alfalfa for him to bale. So now that I said that, you guys are probably wondering, what, you just run your operation off of what your kids say? No, we're a first generation farm family. Many of you guys know that, and the reason that we went into farming was for our kids. It's a lifestyle. It's something that teaches them, it helps them learn, and we want them to be involved in the farm too. We want them to be able to learn how to be self-sufficient and to give them something that they can do that makes them feel worthwhile. And this farm is where we see that happening. So if one of them wants to do alfalfa, we have enough land for that. We can use it. We can use the timothy. We can, sell it or whatever. But that is what's going to get them involved. That's going to make them, give them a purpose in life. The oldest son just loves to run the equipment. He loves to work in the field, so that's what he likes to do. He's been doing that. He's been helping the farmer with that, and the girls like the animals, so we'll have animals for them, and as we figure out what our youngest son likes, we'll figure that out too. But farming for us is a family operation, and we want to see our kids involved, and we want to give them things that they enjoy. So this is the other alfalfa field that we did plant. You can see the house is across the way there. Barns are over that way. And again, we didn't spray this because this is organic ground. And you can see the alfalfa is coming up nicely. There is some grass in here, not too worried about that. That'll make a nice first cutting. And then as we keep going, the grass will get choked out and the alfalfa will take over. But this field's doing quite well as well. Beans are really drying down here. We're excited for that harvest to start, and to be able to help out with that. We'll head over to our timothy field. All the ground across the road there is still organic as well. So that was in the set-aside program. We do have some timothy over there that's organic timothy, and we'll go over and check that out next. Alright, well, they're doing some road work on that road down there, so maybe we won't go over there. But the timothy looks like it's coming up real nice again, and the crops look to be doing pretty well over there. Maybe the farmer can go over and do an update on those. We'll go around and I'll talk a little bit more about the rest of the property, and maybe that'll be it for this video. So one of the other projects that we may not have showed quite as much on, but that is being done here, or was done here on the farm, is that we did have the back part of the farm retiled. There was a lot of, I don't know, it was just really wet. It had been tiled in the past, and a lot of what we thought were springs, or what they thought were springs, were actually just broken tile. So we did have it retiled back here. And as I'm showing you these projects that we're working on, I want you to know that there was a lot of thought, a lot of discussion that went on before we chose which projects we were going to work on and what we were going to do. We were talking about what's going to be beneficial for our operation in the future, and which ones take priority and which ones don't. So while you may not see that on the videos, it is going on behind the scenes. So the house is up that way. We're back in the back field, I guess we'll call it. I don't know. It's behind the house, so yeah. So again, this is the organic ground back here. This was all in the government set aside. So a lot of times you're not going to see us spraying. You're not going to see us using that kind of stuff on this land, just until we decide what our aspirations are and goals are for the future. If we want to continue in the organic, if we want to go conventional, but at this point we're using this as organic land, and we're trying to get the most use out of the land that we can. By methods such as tiling. It does seem to be working. It's been hard to kind of assess whether how well it's doing, just with all the rain that we've been getting. Massive amounts of rain. This area last year barely got any, and now this year you can barely go a week without a rain shower, with at least a ½ inch. So definitely a blessing this year with the rain. Yeah, crops are looking really good. Like I said, this is the organic corn. It's looking really nice. I'm really excited to see that type of operation, something that we have not seen before, are not accustomed to, and it's always interesting to learn different methods of farming, and organic is a lot different than conventional. So that's been interesting to see as well. Alright, so we're in the back corner of the property now. I don't know if you saw back there were some signs that were posted, no trespassing. There's a little portion of land that they just don't want us driving on, apparently. But we're currently also working on making a drive-through in this area here, so that we can get our trucks in. It's not completely done yet. You can see there is a little bit of a clearing. So yeah, we are working on putting a drive-through in back here that's on our property and another gentleman's property that he's okay with us driving on to get stuff back to the back fields if we need to. But we are in the back corner. The house is over that way. The barns are over that way. Yeah, it's just so beautiful up here. That's one thing I can't get over, is just how beautiful it is. The views that we have. We're just blessed to be up here. And we're all very excited to see the changes on the farm and to see our dreams come to reality. You know, one thing that, if you learn anything from this channel, is work hard, dream, and keep moving forward, I guess. You know, from where we started to where we are now, some of you might say that we're lucky. I say that God has blessed us, and we're thrilled to be able to take you along in this journey with us, and just really excited to see what the future holds. So as we go along in this journey, we're really excited to take you along with us. I hope you guys are excited as we are. Hopefully I was able to explain a little bit of what we're looking towards, what our future holds, what our dreams are, what our goals are. Please leave a comment down in the comments if you have any questions, if you want to know anything else about the farm. And like I said, as we go along, there may be things that you don't quite understand why we're doing it, but just know that there was a lot of discussion and a lot of thought put into each of the steps that we're taking here on the farm. I'm going to try and add some pictures in here of the progress. I'll explain a little bit as I add those pictures in, but I don't know. We'll see how this all comes together, and as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.